What's up, Shooting Pandas? Peter Von Panda here. Hey, just ordered myself an Amend2 AR-15 polymer magazine. Tried out a lot of magazines and I like them. Can never have enough. But it comes like this. This one's an FDE flat dark earth. I have not checked this out. And the Ziploc bag is tough to open. Amend2, it's cool because it's the Second Amendment. If you're a shooter, you're probably familiar with that. But it's a nice looking mag. It looks a lot like, up from here up, it looks a lot like a PMag to me. And from on the base of it, it kind of looks a lot more like the Thermold mag because it's kind of got a big, a flat base there. But, what I dig are these grip, big kind of serrated edges, I guess. And then it's actually flat. So it's got a really clean look. And it looks beefy and chunky. I like how they have this raised lettering here. Kind of looks like the font that you would see on a sci-fi spaceship, kind of like Aliens and Amend2. And it's not like in your face, the Second Amendment kind of thing. There's a little Patriot there. This is for 5.56.223. And, everything else about it, you should expect it to be very similar. Kind of nice, solid construction. There's a little bit of a mold edge there that they don't kind of trim off, but they're pretty cheap for magazines. And then on the bottom, what is kind of cool is they have a 2 here for the Second Amendment. That's also the button to disassemble it. So what I wanted to show you is how we take it apart and then kind of look at the guts of it and see if everything is good as other polymer magazines. Now the follower here is red, just like the 2 on the bottom. Kind of cool, and it's very similar to a PMag. It seems to be anti-tilt, but we'll confirm that. If when I push that in, you can see I can't get it to tilt forward. I can kind of get it to tilt backwards a little bit there, but even when I push it right down there, it seems to go down nice and straight. Let's take a look at the bottom here. The number 2, which is in red, is the button for disassembly. It's actually pretty big, so I'm not having a problem pushing it with my finger, but I'm not getting it far enough down. I know on my hair arms I can easily disassemble that one, so I'm going to use a pen here. Certainly could use a bullet tip or some other tool. You just need to get it just down a little bit further than I can get with my finger, but if you don't have as chubby of a hand, you might be able to get it done. So that just slides off. Well, remember it's under pressure. Plastic follower here. I know some people have made some comments that they thought these skinnier parts of the polymer might break. It seems pretty sturdy, but even if they do, you've got this whole plate pushing against the base plate here. So that regardless of these are here, that they're not doing anything particularly meaningful to hold this together. Nice long spring, you're familiar with that. And then here's the follower itself, some long legs on both the front and the back of the follower, which is why it's going to really give you kind of a nice anti-tilt tendency. So I like seeing that, and they're really long, very similar to the PMag and a bunch of other ones. Pretty cool. Everything here seems pretty robust. The spring is locked in there as you would expect, and then it's snapped into these little, or under these little tabs right there. So everything, you can take it apart, but obviously then you've got to be sometimes putting it back together is the hardest part. So really cool. I dig it. You want to be careful that you're putting everything back together the right way. It goes in like that. Putting it together is often harder than taking it apart. And then slide your base plate back on. The number fits right in there. So I really like these Amend2 polymer magazines. They look cool. They really have a nice aesthetic. Made in the USA here. I like these big, chunky sci-fi fontish letters. If you're building a really cool gun and this matches the look of it, I think you'll be pleased with it. Like I said, I think they're sub $10, and this one's in FDE, but you can also get them in black, and I think OD green as well. So don't know. I haven't tried them running them through the gun, but I've seen people use them with good results. So I'm looking forward to trying it out. But this is the Amend2 polymer magazine for the AR style rifle. Peter Von Panda, out!